but I've got solutions for all of it. I've done this so long now that I can help that person through that crisis management and be like, well, at least the house part was easy. That's my goal every single day.
So you do a little bit of both because you teach people how to do this, but you also, will you share a story kind of from beginning to end so that anyone who might be tuning in can listen and understand? So say for instance, somebody reaches out and they say, okay, I'm in this situation. So take us from the beginning to the end of some of the stuff that you do.
Sure. I'll give you one that I think is on the funny side, and it just shows you how important what we do is. There was a gentleman that I met. He had a small ranch. It was his mother-in-law's house, which is normally I get the actual sibling, not the in-law. I asked him, why are you helping out? He said, my wife, it was his wife's three sisters. So there was four daughters, and he was helping the mother-in-law because the mother-in-law knew the four daughters didn't get along.
Oh.
So she put in charge her son, who, by the way, guess what he did for a living, Jennifer?
Real estate?
He was a rehabber.
Oh.
And he had rentals. So in my head, I'm like, why am I here? This guy does this for a living. He was like a football coach. He had rentals. He did flips for a living in the town where we were standing. I'm like, why am I here? This guy does what I'm doing. Why does he want to sell it to me, right? Why would this guy want to do that? Because the family wasn't getting along. And I at the end of the walkthrough, I said, hey, why am I here exactly if this is what you do? And he said something I thought it was spot on. He said, Phil, me and my wife have talked about it. If we bought out bought out the sisters and rehabbed it and sold it, and we made even $1, we would get ostracized from the family because we took advantage of mom. And he goes, yes, I know how to do a rehab, but hell no, I'm not going to do this rehab because of the family dynamic, right? Let's not forget about the family dynamic. And so they were trying to help mom. The mother-in-law, the person moving into senior living, put the son-in-law in charge because of the family. And so I was able to buy that house. He was happy, mom was happy, I was happy, and that took the stress away from the family. Because when I say and this is where I'll give you something right now, I praise the most responsible child, whoever that is, because I say, you know why this burden is on you? Because your mom and dad knew you were the one that could handle it.
Yep.
Right? That's who, and I would say, because sometimes, I'm from St. Louis, right? There's, a lot of Catholic families that have 6, 7, 8 kids. I'm dealing with the most responsible child, and sometimes they're a knucklehead. I'm like, if this was the most responsible one, what's the other one's like? And there's always one that lives out of town that's really opinionated, that's not helping. But I've got solutions for all of it. I've done this so long now that I can help that person through that crisis management and be like, well, at least the house part was easy. That's my goal every single day.